it's Jess for Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with my vacation TBR. So I am leaving for Europe soon, and it's a week from today that I'm filming this, but this is going up a little bit later. I have to pre-film a lot, and I'm going to Ireland, Scotland, and England for a little over a week with my sister, and I'm very excited. I'm going to go on an Outlander tour. I'm gonna die, but I am not vlogging that vacation. I just want to like take the time and just enjoy it myself and not worry about recording everything and watching it through a camera. I just want to see it on myself. So you'll see updates on Instagram if you follow me there, so I'll link that down below. But I am only bringing my Kindle, and now I keep on going back and forth about whether I want to add 1 or 2 books into my suitcase, but I'm only bringing my Kindle and possibly 1 historical romance that takes place in Scotland. So we will see. It is my plan to buy a book in each country, and hopefully I'm going to buy a copy of Outlander while I'm in Scotland. So we'll see if that happens, but I have a list of 6 ebooks I want to bring on my Kindle with me to my vacation, and so I do have a really long flight. I have a lot of traveling in between, and just like any downtime we have, I'm gonna read. So here is my TBR. So some of these might seem familiar if you've recently watched my recent editions on my Kindle. So the first one is Dracone's Awakening by Sherry Lynn Marion. This is a alien romance, and I think I got it for free on Kindle. And they fled their world, and now they live in Washington, and I think his powers are awakening or something. I don't know. It just looked good, and so I downloaded it, and I kind of want to read it. The next book I want to read, I actually bought the box set of the first 3 books in this series for like 99 cents, and this is an author I've been meaning to read because I like dark romances, and this author is like a dark romance author, and that is The Silver Swan by Amo Jones. This, like I said, is book 1 in the series, and it kind of gives me like Paper Princess vibes, but I heard it's really dark. It's about a girl who starts at this like prep academy, and there's these group of boys that run the school, and the leader of them shows an interest in her. So again, we have like those bad boys who run the school and the new girl in town, but this book has gotten a lot of good reviews, and this series is pretty far along now, I believe. I think she just came out or is about to come out with a book that's part of this series. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. And so I have the first 3 on my Kindle. I'm definitely going to read book 1, and if I like it, I'll move on to book 2, but we'll see if I feel a little in the mood for a dark romance on my vacation. The next book I also got when it was 99 cents, and it's an author I've been meaning to read it because I actually met her at a signing last year, and that is Lock and Key by Kat Porter. I know this is a really long book too, and it's a motorcycle romance. Our main character ran away when she was 16, I believe, when her dad was murdered, and she's forced to come back home, kind of gets together with a stranger, but then I guess he's from her past, and I'm guessing he's part of the motorcycle club. So sounds dark, sounds really good, and I love a good dark romance, especially when it's motorcycle romance, so I'm excited to read this as well. The next book has been on my Kindle for way too long because I read the first book like 2 years ago, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and I've had this on my Kindle and I haven't read it yet, and that is Finding Eden by Mia Sheridan. This is, like I said, book 2 to Becoming Calder. I read that and absolutely loved it, and it's about a romance in a cult, and she is like the chosen for the leader of their cult, and she's being like bred to marry him, and she's coming upon the age when she's supposed to marry him, and Calder has been falling in love with her from afar, and they've been kind of sneaking around together, and obviously that's not okay, and so something crazy happens at the end of book 1. I never picked up book 2, and I'm pretty sure I started it once at the gym when I didn't know what I wanted to read, and then I got an arc, and then it kind of like fell to the wayside because I had to read the arc first. So I really, really want to read this. I am fascinated with cult romances. I've told you guys before, for some reason, romances that have to do with cults just like baffle my mind. I don't know how psychologically people are just sucked into cults. It's just fascinating to me. So I'm very excited to read this and see what happens to Calder and Eden. So the next one I don't know anything about, and I'm purposely not reading the synopsis so I don't know what it's about, and that is The Red by Tiffany Rice. I've met Tiffany Rice once, and I went to another signing where I saw her too, and this is one of my friend Lacey, her favorite author, or one of her favorite authors. Lacey from Book Lovers for Life, and she loves Tiffany Rice, like I said, and so I know she writes some steamier romances, and that's all I know. I haven't heard anything else about this book, but I'm really excited, so it's on my TBR. I honestly forgot I even had it as an ebook, but I was scrolling through my library on my Kindle to see what I wanted to read, and this was there, and I was like, perfect time. So the next book and the last book on this TBR is by one of my all-time favorite authors, and I didn't even realize I owned the ebook, and I'm like, why am I sleeping on this book? Because I need to read it now, and that is The Affair by Gianna Darling. I believe this is a trilogy, and Gianna Darling is one of my favorite authors. Her Fallen Men series is one of my favorites, and I really loved Enthralled that she just came out with, and book 2 to that is coming out soon. And this is about a woman who lives in France, and she's 24, and she decides to reinvent herself and move to New York. But before she completely moves, she takes a trip to Mexico and meets this mysterious guy, and they have an affair, and things get complicated. So I really want to read this because I need to support one of my favorite authors, and I can't believe I still haven't read it. That being said though, I do want to say I probably will get a couple of arcs as well to read over vacation. I know Candy Steiner's new book's coming out really soon, On the Rocks. Gianna's new book is coming out really soon, and I feel like there's one other one that I signed up for the release for. Tilly Cole's might be coming out soon too. I don't know. I gotta look at all that. Everything's coming out in June this month, and I'm freaking out about all the new releases, but we'll see. I'm excited for this though, and yeah. That was super short, but that is my vacation TBR. Let me know what book I should start with. If there's an ebook that's free or 99 cents you think I should definitely add to my TBR, I would love to know. I still have to add Six of Hearts by L.H. Causeway to my TBR. I don't know if that's, I own that. I might own that already. I don't know, but that one might pick what I read next for June, so hopefully I'll read that as well. I'm hoping you guys have a great June, and I'm super excited for the start of my summer. So yeah, that's all I have for you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.